Om Namah Shivaya. Last Sangha were speaking about the aphorism, the commentary on the aphorism 2, 3, 4, and 5 in Trikamukya Matani. I will read again this aphorism for you to remember. He, Paramashiva, consists of Shiva and Shakti. And Shakti is certainly I consciousness. I am. I am in Shiva is Shakti. Namely, through his own Shakti indeed, Shiva knows his radiant existence. In the scriptures of Venerable Trikashaivism, Shiva is technically called Prakasha, truly, and Shakti, from a technical viewpoint, is called Vimarsha. Next, I explain this. Thus, according to the great yogis, this Prakasha, Shiva, is light which pervades everywhere, and Vimarsha is certainly awareness of that light. Vimarsha comes from the verb vimrish. Vimrish is to investigate, to ascertain, to explore this verb, yes? That's why Vimarsha. Vimrish. I will try to show you. Vimarsha from Vimrish. No. Vimrish, like this. To touch, to feel, to think, to consider, to reflect, to ponder, to perceive, to observe, to examine, to test. This according to Apte Dictionary. According to Monier Dictionary, to touch, to be sensible of, aware of, that's why Vimarsha awareness, to perceive, to investigate, to ascertain, yes, to examine, try, test. Okay, all this. Vimrish is a verb. Why I say the verb and not a root? Why I say Vimrish is a verb and not a root? Because the root is mrish and V is a prefix. That's why Vimrish is a verb and not a root. The root is mrish. Sometimes the root has the same meaning like the verb, and sometimes it's different. For example, if we look for the root mrish, I don't remember, but the meaning is more or less the same. To touch, to handle, to deliberate, to consider. Yes, Vimarsha, look at Vimarsha, discussion is one of the translations. Touching, here to touch mentally, to consider, to reflect. Yes, similar to Vimrish, but sometimes it's not similar. Sometimes it's completely different. The root doesn't coincide with the verb. What is this? Okay, now and then I confirm with the dictionary, so you will see that I'm not cheating you, yes. So, thus, according to the great yogis, this prakasha is light which pervades everywhere, and vimarsha is certainly awareness of that light. So, Shiva is light, and he's aware that he's light. He has vimarsha. Instead, the Brahma or Shiva in Vedanta, in non-dual Vedanta, this Brahma or Shiva, they call Shiva Brahma, is not conscious of his own existence. It's only Prakasha, not Vimarsha. So this Advaita Vedanta is not like Trikashaivism. It's completely different because the fundamental teachings are completely different. According to Advaita Vedanta, Shiva is only light, but he has no consciousness about his existence. It's very strange, yes, that God is not conscious that he's God. Is it strange or not? Well, this is Advaita Vedanta. That's why when people say Advaita Vedanta is like Trika, no, it's very different. They say this because they don't know in depth Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta is an Ishvara. There is no Ishvara in Brahma because Brahma is no Ishvara. It's not a Lord because he's not conscious of the universe. He's not even conscious of his own existence. But Ishvara, the Lord, is created by Maya. like this is a Gurna Brahma, Ishvara. Yes, Brahma with attributes, with forms. But this is an invention of Maya. It's not in Brahma. It's in Brahma, but it's not in Brahma. This is the way to explain Advaita Vedanta. But Brahma in himself is not Ishvara. He's not the Lord of the universe because he's not conscious of himself. You saw a Lord who is not conscious of himself? You saw a Lord like this? Imagine a king. I'm the king of this kingdom, but I don't know myself yet that I exist. So it's not possible. You are conscious of your kingdom because you are conscious of yourself first. So the Lord of the universe cannot be the Lord of the universe. He's not conscious of himself first. Well, according to Advaita Vedanta, Brahma is not the Lord of the universe. That's why they say that there is no universe. You understand me? Okay. So be careful with Advaita Vedanta. It's not the same. It's very different. Very different. And in my opinion, it's completely nonsensical. Because to postulate that to state that the Brahma, Shiva, has no Vimarsha or Shakti is crazy. Obviously, you have Shakti, you with ego. Yes, your ego has Shakti. Yes, you have Shakti. I know myself like ego. Yes, I'm Gabriel. So I know that ego knows that he's Gabriel. But the Lord doesn't know that he's I am. It's crazy. Well, that's why the Vedanta postulates this. There's no difference between Shiva and Shakti. Are like fire and its heat. For this reason, they are explained separately only for the sake of studying them. And there is no discrepancy of opinion about this. No vimati, no discrepancy, no different opinion about this. Next, I continue to read the commentary by myself, the explanation, and I read a long commentary by Kshemaraja on the aphorism 1 of his Spanda Nirnaya, his great and scholarly commentary on Spandakarikas. It's a very long commentary. And next, there is a chart I still didn't show, I will show later. And next, I started to explain this commentary of Kshemaraja in Spandarinaya. So I explain like this. I will read the book now. The Supreme Lord is Shiva, his light and effulgence. You know what is effulgence? Effulgence. Refulgencia in Spanish. Refulgencia. In Russian, сияние. Is okay, Guruma? In Hungarian, radiogas. In Hungary. So this effulgence, this splendor, this massive light. So his light and effulgence, his splendor of consciousness, that is prakasha. Shiva is prakasha. The essential nature of Shiva is swatantriya, or absolute freedom. And this absolute freedom is just his Shakti, or supreme power. And this, translating literally supreme power, one arrives at Parashakti in Sanskrit, supreme power. The highest aspect of Shakti herself. This Parashakti, or simply Para, appears as I consciousness and universe, such as described before. And because the universe emerges from Parashakti, from I am, because I exist, all the rest exist. If I don't exist, I cannot measure existence in other things. I cannot perceive existence in other things. It's so obvious this that I wonder what we are doing with this stupid teaching that is so simple. We exist. Look at this. I had to tell you that you exist. And it's very strange, yes? Well, this is my state. Maybe you don't understand me, but it's very strange to be existing and at the same time blocked by Arnavamala, by impurities. It's very strange. For example, I exist like a splendor, yes? It's not only me, it's you, all of us. We exist like this splendor, all this light you see around. But at the same time, we are blocked by Arnavamala, Mayamala, Karmamala, all these impurities. It's a very strange situation, because how to block splendor? Is really block or some trick? And who did it? You. Nobody else. Who else? Nobody else can do it. There is no other being doing it. Like in Advaita Vedanta, San Maya doing it is for you. Brahma was like this, and Maya all of a sudden lo hechizó. How is hechizar in English? Is in Spanish hechizar? Cast some spell on Brahma. You know what is cast and spell? Cast a spell? Hechizar. Oh my God, this language is hechizar in Spanish, hechizar in Hungarian, megbabonaz in Russian, acharovivats, hechizar like it. Maya, yes, so Brahma became someone, yes, because Maya there. But in Trikashaivism, there is no Maya force in you. It's your Maya, it's your Arnavamala, your Mayamala, it's you. You block yourself. But why you do these stupid things? Tell me. You block yourself. It's very strange. When you accept this state of consciousness, yes, it's my state. Maybe you don't understand me, but remember this. It's very strange to be blocked by yourself. Why I'm blocked? So Scripture explained this to you. You block yourself in order for the universe to manifest and expand. Because your light is completely revealed, completely not revealed from building, no, revealed from revelation. If your light is completely revealed like a revelation, the universe cannot exist. Why? Because your light is massive and blinds you. It's like entering into the sun. When you enter into the sun, you stop watching the solar system. When you keep distance with the sun, you see the solar system. You understand? When you enter into the sun, you don't see solar system anymore. You only see sun. The same with Shiva. So if his light is massive splendor, effulgence, yes, this, how is Sianie? This Sianie in Russian, this splendor, you don't see universe. You see only him. This is a state of liberation. When you see only him, this is a state of liberation. This is the state. Oh my God, all is him. Because his light is unblocked. His light is blocked on purpose in order for the universe to appear. Because with so much light, you cannot see universe. It's a way to explain this process. So why he blocks for this? But it's stupid. Why he cannot lead with his glory? Why he has to manifest the universe? It's very strange. He cannot live in his light and only in his light. Why he has to manifest the universe? So scriptures say, in order for him to be a Lord, he desires or he wishes to manifest the universe. So he has some desire. That's why he manifests the universe, and he stopped watching his light and blocked his light in order to watch the universe. It's very strange. Tell me, it's not strange that God decides to stop being God in order to see the universe. I don't know. I feel very strange about this question in my own experience. But anyway, okay, it's like this. We live blocked by our own trick in order to see the universe. But how is it possible that Shiva has some desire in him if he has no mind? He has no mind, you know. Not even the superior mind. That's why the superior mind, Samana, the superior mind, It's a state before unmana, without mind. The state of the Lord is unmana, without mind. So how is it possible that in him there was a desire to create this universe? It's very strange. It's a mystery. It's a mystery of God. It's a great mystery. But anyway, I ask you, yes, why you live the whole day blocked? You don't need to live like this. Blocked all the time, contracted. And because the universe emerges from Parashakti, is vibrant like her. And it's blissful like her. Anyway, I don't see the universe full of bliss. You see the universe full of bliss? No, we are blocked. I see the universe full of bliss. When I see my little baby, I see my bliss. Look at her. She's my bliss. She's Shakti, yes? Shakti is the bliss of Shiva, so I'm telling the truth. She's my bliss. But why we don't see the bliss in the universe? We see pain only, yes? Most of the time it's pain. It's painful. Bad news all the time around. It's all the time a problem. That's why we see that. It's a very strange situation and this manifestation. So it's Parashakti who manifested the original sound. And from this original sound, the whole collection of sounds and words emerges. What is the original sound? You hear. It's you. Don't repeat Om, Hrim, or whatever mantra you know. Yes, your sound. What's the original sound you hear? It's you. You are Brahma. You're breathing.
Hamsa.
Yes, I say. Before this original sound, you are dead. You don't hear Hamsa. Your body is dead. Yes, you have to hear Hamsa in order for the body to be alive. Hamsa. Now you can tell me, well, but Hamsa contains Om in the middle between Ha and Sa. You have Ha, Sa, in the middle. Okay, this is the theory in the scriptures. Okay, I accept it. But your experience is important. Your experience. If it's not in your experience, it doesn't exist. You are Shiva. So you have to, all the time when you speak about tattvas, you read about tattvas, about sounds, you have to see myself. Where in myself is all this? Yes, where are these tattvas? Okay, from there you start. You start like Shiva is some guy there, yes, in some planet or in some universe, and he has tattoo. No, it's useless. No, doesn't work. It's in you. So, Soham, Soham. Hamsa denotes ahamsa. I am him. Or Soham, he's me. I am him, he's me. I am, yes, Hamsa, Hamsa. This is original sound. That I am the Lord, I am him. Sah is him. Aham is I. So Hamsa is an abbreviation of Ahamsa. I am him. So it's mysterious. So Shakti who manifested the original sound, and from this original sound, the whole collection of sounds and words emerges. So this consciousness is the highest meaning of that multitude of sounds and words, as she is the embodiment of the original sound. Shiva is mentioned here as Achala or motionless in the commentary by Kshemaraja. His luminous consciousness who occupies all places. He's Achala, Shiva. He doesn't move. He's not Chala. He's not moving. Chal is to move in Sanskrit. Yes, Chal to move. Chal. the root, to move, to shake, to tremble, to throb, to palpitate, to stir, to go, to move on, to walk. Chal. So achala doesn't move. Doesn't move. He's luminous, consciousness who occupies all places. Shiva is everywhere. He's an all-pervading compact mass of consciousness. It's a compact mass, so it's completely homogeneous. There is homogeneity in him. Because there is no homogeneity in him, there is more Shiva in some place than in another place, so something can occupy this place where there is less Shiva. Another Shiva, another reality. Because this is impossible, Shiva is completely homogeneous. It's compact. You cannot put anything in him. He's compact. He's Ghana, compact mass of consciousness. He cannot move anywhere. Where to move? Is everywhere is him. So when people say, oh, someone is dying, he's departing and moving far, far from us, but where? He's dying, he's leaving us. Where to go? Where to go? To you only. So we say in our lineage, Mayacharya used to say this, and he continues to say, I suppose, I don't know, that when a person dies, that person dissolves or gets dissolved in your heart. Gets dissolved in your heart. In you. Your heart, not your heart, your physical or anahata chakra. Or, no, your heart is consciousness, and your consciousness. The heart of the universe, yes, the consciousness beating. Hasa, hasa, hasa. I am. This consciousness is like a heart. So if that happens like this, there is no people dying. Because all of them are dissolving in Prakasha Vimarsha again, in Shiva Shakti. That's why say Kshemaraja is calling him Achala, not moving. And the nature of this Achala is Swatantriya, as it was mentioned before. And this Swatantriya or absolute freedom or Parashakti is the same. Swatantriya, absolute freedom, translation. Swatantriya means freedom. But I add absolute in order to mention that there is not normal freedom. It's complete freedom, absolute freedom. Freedom of Shiva. And Para, supreme, Parashakti, supreme power. Another name of Swatantriya? Paravak, supreme speech. Another name? Matsyodhara, that one whose belly who has the belly like a fish, who is fish bellied, because he has in his belly, in her belly, she contains all the universe. She contains all the universe in her belly. Yes, it's Matsyodhara. Another name, Maya Shakti. The power of creating duality is Swatantriya. The power of the Lord to create duality where there is no duality. Duality is false. There is no duality because the perceiver is one with the object and one with the perception of the object. We explained this in the past, yes? So there is no duality. And if someone else perceiving the same object is one with the object, so our perceivers are one. There are no two perceivers. It's only one perceiver. So this Maya Shakti, this power to create duality, is creating something real because exists, duality exists, but it's false because it's not the highest reality. The highest reality is completely non-dual. the difference between Trikasha vision and Advaita Vedanta is, according to Advaita Vedanta, duality is false because it doesn't exist. It's unreal. According to Trikasha vision, duality is real because it exists, but it's a manifestation of Maya Mala, of this impurity, of Maya Shakti, yes, the Maya Mala. The Maya Shakti created Maya Mala and creating duality, and dwells in Maya Tattva. It's a creation, exists, but it's false because it's not the highest reality. The highest reality is non-dual. So this Swatantriya, this Parashakti, this Matsyodhara, this fish-bellied one, this Paravak, this supreme speech, this Maya Shakti, displays a succession of manifestation, maintenance, and dissolution of the universe on her own canvas. On her own canvas. You know what is canvas? What is canvas? In Spanish, lienzo. Lienzo. In Russian, holst. In Hungarian, vason. So like a painter, she paints on her own canvas, on her own lienzo, on her own holst, this city, like a city, the universe reflected in a mirror. She paints there. The canvas or mirror, the zerkala, this mirror, here is the holy Para Shakti, or simply Para. So we have Para, the supreme power, who is Shiva and Shakti. He's the perceiver of all. But in this example with the mirror, we can consider Shiva and Shakti like the real object in front of the mirror. Para, the second Shakti being manifested, Para supreme, Apara non-supreme, is a mixture of supreme and non-supreme, is the mirror, where the object is reflected, in this example of the mirror. And the reflection, the universe, is the holy Apara Shakti, or simply Apara. So Shiva Shakti is the object, the reflection is Para, and the object and the reflected object is the universe. So the universe is Shiva, but reflected. For example, in your experience, what is the example? You have taste in your mouth. You have taste. I have taste, for example, of drinking my Coca-Cola, favorite Coca-Cola. I have this taste. So the taste of Coca-Cola is the object reflected in the mirror. Where is the mirror? The mirror is my Jihwendriya, the power of perception related to the tongue, to Jihwa. My power of tasting is reflected there. And the perceiver is perceiving this reflection. So I perceive the reflection of the taste of Coca-Cola I drank before satsanga. Yes. Coca-Cola, to say something, because I like Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Okay, I like this drinking. So I have this taste in my mouth, and this taste, like saliva with this taste, is the reflection in the mirror of my indriyas. So the indriyas in this case are the para shakti. Para is working like the indriyas. Another example you can give? The forms around you reflected in your chakshurindriya, in the power of seeing in your eyes, all these reflections. These objects are reflected in your retina, yes, in your retina, in your eye, reflected there in the power of seeing, is in the retina. And from there you see. So you are seeing the reflected object and not the real object. I have an object here around, my cat, that was sleeping. Now he woke up, my beautiful cat. So all your experience in the universe are reflections in you, in different mirrors you have in you. These mirrors in you, your Indriyas, for example, are the Para Shakti. You understand in practice? In your ears, the reflection of all the sounds in your ears, my voice, for example, you are hearing the reflected object, not my real voice. You are hearing only the reflection of my voice. My real voice is in Paravak, in Parashakti, the real object. It's reflected in your ears, in your Shrotrendriya, in your power of hearing, and you perceive from there. So you are perceiving the reflected object. You understand all this? So we are full of reflection. We are like a crystal full of reflections. And our life is full of reflections. For example, the sweet baby, yes, I hear. I feel love for her, yes, a lot of love. But this love I perceive in my mirror, not in her, in the reflected, in her body. Or well, in her, in the real I in her, I perceive. But not in her like ego, like a person. I perceive this love I have for this disciple in me, in the mirror of my heart. You understand? It's a reflection. You understand? So when you can learn to do this in your life, you will be more conscious of Shiva in your life, yes, and Shakti and all this play. If it's only like this, oh, a mirror somewhere, the mirror there, and reflection there, and Shiva there, is useless. It's in you all the time. This is described, it's not my invention, yet it's described by Vinabhagutta in Tantraloka when he speaks about the living beings like mirrors, yes, like being reflecting all the time different things from Shiva, from Shakti, from Shiva Shakti. So my voice now is a reflection in the mirror or my power of speech, yes, my Vagindriya. And in your ear is a reflection in your Shrotrendriya. So we never see the real object, because the real object is you. You cannot see yourself. The perceiver. That's why Gyanendra Maharaj, he wrote in his Amrita Nubhava, in his scripture, and Gyaneshwar Maharaj belongs to my lineage of saints. It's not related to the saints of Trikashaivism. It's related to the Siddha lineage of my guru, Muktaranda Bhagavan Nityananda. He wrote, the perceiver can never perceive himself. So nobody can perceive the self. Not even the self can perceive himself. He needs a mirror to perceive himself. It's the only way for him to perceive himself, to have a mirror. Guruma, open the door for my beautiful cat. He wants to go out. And so I don't move. There. He's so innocent, yes, so innocent, the cat, the animal, that they don't know that they are one in the middle of a video for you too. They only want to go out, like a nature. And okay. So para. Now I will show you a chart showing the supreme mirror, because in the same way there are mirrors in the indriyas, in the different organs in your body, mirror, yes, reflecting the reality outside. There is a supreme mirror. Where? In Sadashiva and Ishvara Tattva. I will show you now. The highest tattvas. So you have diagram 2, the kingdoms of Para, and Apara. Holy Para, supreme. You. Holy Para is you. You cannot attain para because it's you. How to attain yourself? How to attain yourself? It's impossible. Yes, how? So you cannot attain para. Para is I consciousness. Is the original object in this example with the mirror. Is supreme consciousness irresistible will. Is supreme consciousness irresistible will, swatantriya, absolute freedom. Will, pure will, is in Shakti. That's why, despite in Sadashiva is power of will predominant, some sages, like Abhinavagupta, for example, lays, you know what is lays? Puts, lays is the same. Lays will on Shakti Tattva, Tattva 2. And in Sadashiva, they put knowledge. Okay, they move like this. Okay, for now, it's enough with this. Next, we have holy para, supreme, non-supreme. The mirror. The mirror, which is the original object, is reflected in holy para. So the mirror, which the original object is reflected in, this is holy para. Para here displays a succession of manifestation, maintenance, and dissolution of the universe. Obviously, in the mirror, you see all this. Mixture of will and knowledge. So it's Sadashiva Tattva and Ishvara Tattva, the mirror, the great mirror, where all these indriyas and organs in the physical organs are reflected. Yes, little mirrors. Next, we have holy apara, non-supreme. It's in Tattva 5, Sadvidya, mixture of will, knowledge, and action. Yes, Icha Shakti, power of will. Jnana Shakti, power of knowledge, and Kriya Shakti, power of action, these Shaktis are in Sadvidya Tattva, Tattva 5. The reflected object, the vibrant and blissful universe. So the original, the reflected object appears in Tattva 5. And from there, all these objects we see around are a manifestation or an expansion of the Tattva 5. You understand? So this universe is full of the Tattva 5. It's an expansion of the Tattva 5, where the object is there, not the original, the reflected object. Okay, this is another way to understand Tattvas with mirror and para, yes, for you to understand. Okay, this in the book, you have all this. And despite this Shakti cannot be expanded or contracted, she's so wonderful because Shakti is one with Shiva. Shakti is not separated from Shiva. Because if Shakti is separated from Shiva, it's not Shakti of Shiva, it's Shakti of someone else. You understand this? Shakti is one with Shiva. The power of Shiva is one with Shiva, like the heat is one with the fire. If Shakti can be separated from Shiva even 1 millimeter, so it's not the power of the Lord. It's the power of some other Lord, not of the Lord Shiva. So it's completely one. If he's completely one with him, she's everywhere. And if she's everywhere, she cannot move like Shiva. But she's so wonderful, this power, as to show herself as supernumerary or redundant. So despite she cannot move like Shiva because she's everywhere homogeneously, she moves. And she appears like many, supernumerary, like redundant, like a lot of beings around you. Yes, you see like she's supernumerary now? Around you, look at all these objects. All these beings on the video, all these objects around you, the sun there, the clouds I'm watching, the buildings there. It's supernumerary. It's about me. If it's not about me, it's useless. It's not Trikashaivism, it's some other philosophy. Another name of this Shakti, as I mentioned before, is Spanda, literally vibration or throb, from the root spand, to vibrate, throb. Therefore, Shiva has always this Spanda or supreme vibration as his essential nature. So despite his complete static and Prakasha completely static, is Achala, he has this Spanda in his essential nature, in I am. Oh, look at this. Skype. Next, Shemaraja in his commentary hints at Advaita Vedanta, non-dualistic Vedanta, when he says that some even hold that the highest principle is without spanda or vibration at all. This some is the Advaita Vedantis, the followers of Advaita Vedanta. This is the meaning of some. Some people even hold that the highest principle, Prakasha, Shiva, is without spanda, without Shakti. Like I told you, Brahma without Shakti. Brahma doesn't know that he exists. Brahma is not a Lord because he doesn't know his own existence. In this system, Trikashaivism, which postulates that, in Advaita Vedanta, in this system which postulates that Brahma, Shiva, is devoid of any activity, has no power of activity, that is Shakti. If this were true, then this universe would be one without a Lord. Will be a universe Anishwara, without Lord, without Ishwara. Anishwara Vishwa, a Vishwa, a universe without a Lord. Fortunately, what Advaita Vedanta states is completely wrong because its theoretical formulation is totally mistaken. For example, a Brahma without Shakti would be a Brahma without I consciousness. That is, he would not know he exists. So it's obviously absurd. Because how is it possible that the beings do know they exist, but Brahma does not know? What stupidity is this? The created beings know, but God doesn't know. What is this? Another crazy idea, like many of the ideas moving around in this world. Besides, if Brahma has no power of his own, how does he manage to manifest, maintain, and dissolve the universe? He has no activity. Evidently, he cannot do it in Advaita Vedanta. Consequently, Advaita Vedanta summons a very strange Maya, which is not the same Maya as in Trikashaivism, which is in charge of manifesting, maintaining, and dissolving the universe, according to Advaita Vedanta. But the appearance of Maya brings an extra problem, because she cannot be Brahma, or Brahma would have power. Maya in Advaita Vedanta is full of activity. If Maya is Brahma, so Brahma is full of activity. So it's wrong, the first statement that Brahma has no activity. And if Maya is different from Brahma, so there are two realities, Brahma and Maya. So it's not non-dualistic Vedanta, it's dualistic Vedanta. But the appearance of Maya brings an extra problem because she cannot be Brahma, or Brahma would have power. And at the same time, she cannot be another reality apart from Brahma, or there would be destruction of non-dualism. Namely, this would not be non-dualistic Vedanta anymore due to the presence of two realities, Brahma and Maya. So how to escape from that philosophical predicament? Simply, they postulate that Maya here is neither real nor unreal. That is, according to Advaita Vedanta. Look at the thing they are doing, yes, in order to escape from this dead end they have. She's not inside Brahma or outside him, according to Advaita Vedanta. Maya is anirvachaniya, is indescribable. Then, this foolish solution is just too far-fetched to be good enough. In Trikashaivism, one does not have to do all that philosophical acrobatics because the Lord has power, I caution us. As a result, he knows he exists, and he can manifest, maintain, and dissolve the universe by himself. He doesn't need Maya to do all this. There is no need to resort to an indescribable Maya to do the job then. And yes, in Trika there is Maya too, but she's not indescribable, but rather a real manifestation of the power of the very Lord Shiva. This is the difference. As you can see, Trika Shaivism is just common sense in this case. Common sense. Now, the commentary I'm analyzing, which contains important teachings about Shiva and Shakti, is called Spanda Nirnaya, an investigation and exploration Nirnaya in Spanda Karikas, Spanda. As I specified before, it's a commentary on Spanda Karikas, a crucial scripture that is ascribed by Kshemaraja to sage Vasugupta. You know what is ascribed? Ascribed. In Spanish, adjudicar. I know that you're a Spanish scholar, that you don't need my help. Adjudicar in Hungarian, díjazni. In Russian, присудить. So this scripture is ascribed. You don't understand, Gruma? I will put in English. Ascribe.
Приписывают.
Приписывать. Приписывать.
Приписывают к Шамараджа. Да.
Приписывать, the verb. Приписывать, the verb. Okay, now you're happy. Приписывать. So, because I put in English, ascribe. So this scripture is ascribed by Kshemaraja to sage Vasugupta. He calls Vasugupta great guru. He stated that the entire Spandakarika was written by Vasugupta only to express the following teaching. The essential nature of every being is Shiva endowed with Shakti. That is, every being is lastly one with the Lord of all and his supreme power. This is absolute non-dualism. Kshemaraja said that Vasugupta is the author of Spandakarika, this important scripture, and other authors said that is Kalata, the main disciple of Vasugupta, who was the real author of of Spandakarikas, not Vasugupta. But Kshemaraja insists that it's Vasugupta. And in the bosom of I consciousness, the supreme power, there are innumerable manifestations and dissolutions. I consciousness is itself of the nature of bliss arising from amazement, of all that is pure and impure, and of the flash and exhibition of contraction and expansion of subjects and objects. Because at the time of liberation, when one realizes this power in oneself, one experiences supreme amazement, which triggers an unimaginable intensity of bliss. Because one realizes that there is nothing which is really pure or impure, and because one perceives the manifestation and dissolution of subjects and objects like a divine play. I'm explaining the teachings by Kshemaraja. The intensity of this amazement at the time of liberation is like high voltage indeed. You feel the Sahasrara chakra here like a turbine. And this high consciousness, which is to be worshipped by all spiritual doctrines, is also totally replete with Unmesha and Nimesha. Nimeshas. Unmeshas open the eyes and Nimeshas close of the eyes. What is this? Expansions of the universe and dissolutions of the universe. In your experience, where is this happening in your experience? The whole day. Open your eyes, close your eyes, expansion of the universe, dissolution of the universe. Go to sleep, dissolution of the universe. Open your eyes in the morning, expansion of the universe. You understand? He's speaking about you, not about San Shiva outside. Yes, open the eyes and closing the eyes. With big eyes, obviously, because he's a big Shiva. It's not dualism. It's not dualistic philosophy. The word Unmesha literally means opening of the eyes, and the word Nimesha literally means closing of the eyes. In this context, they mean display or expansion and absorption. Display or expansion and absorption of dissolution. When there is Nimesha, all the categories from the number 1 to the number 36 are absorbed into Parabhairava through the power of this Swatantriya, or absolute freedom of the great Lord. What is this? When you close your eyes, all the categories from 1 to 36 go into Parabhairava by your absolute freedom. What is your absolute freedom? Your will to close your eyes. Irresistible. Yes, nobody can resist. Who? You are alone. Who can resist your closing of the eyes? When you go to sleep, it's more massive, the dissolution, yes? Because like this lasts for some time. But when you go to sleep for 8 hours or more, you sleep more, yes? Dissolution of the universe, and you are in Parabhairava. The power of absolute freedom is deciding in you to go inside. So if you think that the power of absolute freedom is some energy, some Shiva has in some place, you're wrong. It's you. It's you. Every day. And this power is also the one, this power of Swatantriya, expanding again all those 36 categories at the time of Unmesha, when you open the eyes in the morning, for example. This Swatantriya in you is opening your eyes and manifesting all this universe. So you cannot tell me I am without Swatantriya, for example, yes? Because it's stupid. You live with Swatantriya. This is a succinct but effective description of the Unmesha and Nimesha of the universe. Anyway, there is also the Unmesha and Nimesha of the great Lord of all, the opposite. When there is Unmesha of the universe, open the eyes of the universe, there is Nimesha, closing the eyes of the Lord. Because you are conscious of the universe and you stop being conscious of the Lord. When there is Nimesha of the universe, you close your eyes, the universe is dissolved. But there is Unmesha of the Lord because you are more conscious of the Lord. It's the opposite. Unmesha and Nimesha of the universe with the Unmesha and Nimesha of the Lord. So anyway, there is also the Unmesha and Nimesha of the great Lord of all. And it's the exact opposite to the Unmesha and Nimesha of the universe. In other words, when there is Nimesha of Parabhairava, there is Unmesha of the universe. And when there is Unmesha of Parabhairava, there is Nimesha of the universe. To put it more clearly, when Parabhairava contracts himself, when he contracts his own powers, there is expansion of the universe. You block yourself, so the universe expands. However, when Parabhairava expands himself at the time of liberation, for example, when he reveals himself, then the universe disappears as an universe and appears only as consciousness. For example, at liberation, but there is another moment when this happens as consciousness. Deep sleep. The universe remains there only like consciousness in the form of a void. Very well. By commenting on this portion of the commentary of Kshemaraja in his Expanded Nirnaya, I could display enough knowledge about Paramashiva or Parabhairava as consisting of Shiva and Shakti. And additionally, I spoke at length about the Supreme Power. By quoting some fragment of the Trika scriptures, my purpose is not only to give official support to my explanation, but also to have a good pretext to expand on certain teachings without being very monotonous in the process. In many scriptures of Trikashaivism, Shiva is mentioned as Prakasha or light, and Shakti as Vimarsha or awareness. In Spanda Nirnaya, quoted in the previous aphorism, in Paramartha Sara, in Shatrim Shatattva Sandoha, in Tantraloka, etc., you have quotes about this. For example, in Tantraloka, aphorism 52, chapter 1, Eminent Abhinavagupta says, Ye yasyahi param tatuam yah prakashat shivaha, ya prakashatmakaha shivaha, nahya prakasha rupasya prakashyam vastuta piva. The supreme principle of the knowable of the universe is undoubtedly Shiva, who is conscious light. If he were devoid of conscious light, there would not be at all something being illuminated, or even something real. Shiva is mentioned as Prakasha, I explained myself, the supreme principle of the universe. If he were not conscious light, there would not be any universe at all, because nothing could appear. It's because his conscious light as the support of all that the things in the universe, in this universe, keep appearing. And there is no way to deny his luminous nature, such as Abhinavagupta states in aphorism 54 of the chapter 1. Okay, I will continue with this aphorism 54 of chapter 1 in my next satsanga. For today, it's enough. Om Namah Shivaya.